Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Show you how to draw something like this two different ways. Pretty easy. Take the polygon tool, set on 6 sides, and make a polygon and hit P and put it in the center of the page. And then take it and Control D, holding down the Shift key, let's make that border. Now, since we're starting in the center of the page, it's a lot easier than drawing a bunch of lines. If we just draw a line from there to there, and from there to there, and we take the Smart Fill tool, that blue will work. I'm going to nudge that out of the way. Now we're still in the center of the page with the other stuff, and let's nudge that over, and let's bring in some indexing lines and put them in the center of the page. So click on that line and hit P. Go to your ruler and hit P. Control D and make a duplicate and take that center rotation of there. Now there's 3 of them. So it'd be 120 degrees. Control D and make a duplicate, 240 degrees. And you have our block. Now, in one of them I put lines, and we can always add them later. There are actually lines should still be there. So if we take and go right click in black and make it something other than a hairline, those lines will show up. Now these lines are all the way around, which might not be preferable. So what we're going to do is just going to draw some lines just so we'll have it on the outside, and we're just going to go from that node to that node. Whoop, didn't get it. You've got to make sure you go from that node to that node. Let's go ahead and make it black. Let's go ahead and make it something other than a hairline. Maybe a little bit thicker, maybe 4. Let's Control D and make a duplicate. Double click on that and put the rotation to the center. Sometimes it doesn't look like it is, but it is. Now that should be 60 degrees. Control D. I don't know why Corel's doing that tonight for me. It's not continuing. I'll have to reboot my computer. So I'm having to manually add up the numbers. And then the next one would be 300. So now you have your lines, and you could still make them later differently. So we need to make the box. Let's get rid of our indexing lines. We need to make our box inside, and we could have done this with the lines. I wasn't thinking, but we don't need all these lines. We just need a couple of the lines. So we don't need that line, or that line. And that gives us the inside of the box. Now I'm going to do it like the second one because I think it came out better. I'm going to grab maybe a dark gray and put it there. I'm going to grab a lighter gray and put it there. And I'm going to grab something in between them and put it there. That's kind of the same color. We can go down the scale a little bit, maybe go up, maybe take that one. See, instead of going back to the Smart Fill tool, I can just change it. Now, we've got those red lines there, but they shouldn't really show. If we select all that, but we don't have all those lines, we can make those lines disappear. Now, drawing the inside of the box is what's going to make it look like it's going inwardly instead of outwardly. We're going to draw this right here. Almost the same principle. Let's get the polygon tool, make a polygon, Control D and make a duplicate, and move it to that node right there. Make sure it's snapped. You can hit the plus key on your keyboard, or don't do that. And grab it with the 4-point cross and put it right there. So now you have those lines. Now it doesn't look like anything right now, but if we take away the inside lines, and we can actually now, this might be a little bit harder because we're not working in the center of the page, but you can always go to the free 2-point line and just go from that node to that node, that node to that node. We don't need all these lines, but we have to draw them to get there. now we're just going to take the virtual segment delete key and delete these lines. So now we have those lines. Now at this time, we can make them black and make them a little bit thicker and then fill in with a, I use blue on the outside, so we're going to use a lighter blue on the inside. Now, if you notice that my lines are hidden, two things you can do is that we can nudge these out of the way, group this together, Control G, and go up to Object, Order, Front of Page. And then when we put this back, our lines should be on top. I would strongly suggest go ahead and group this and then just move it to the center of your page. Now, we didn't make it as big as the other ones I had done, but since it's a group, we can hold down the Shift key and get the two-sided arrow and shift it out, because we just want to make it look like it's sitting inside that box. I don't know what you'd ever do with that, but I saw it one time on the internet and I thought it looked pretty cool. I think my first one is better. It has thicker sides, and I don't have that line right there. Sometimes if you delete that line, you'll delete the color, but we didn't. We don't need these other lines. I think it's going to actually add to it because it's going to make it look like walls. Anyway, hope that just gave you some ideas, and thank you for watching.